3 years ago, Delilah was laying her plans. The Duke's people gathered at the home of a mine baron named Aramis Stilton to commit some horror in her name. I need to know how they made her immortal. But where was I 3 years ago? Letting Emily daydream through council meetings, teaching her fencing and back alley fighting. I always expected an enemy we could put down with a sword. Soldiers, spies, assassins. Instead, we got something else. Beyond the pale. Beyond the natural world. Instead, we got hit by someone like me.
What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back. I'm your host, Channel 1, and we've got more Dishonored 2. Moving on. Finished up through Royal Conservatory. So, here we go. It is now time to do the Dust District. So, there is a house that you could visit that has a little bit of meaning to Corvo. It was a house that he lived in back when he was young, before he moved over to Dunwall. There's not really that much in it. So I've decided that I don't think I'm going to actually go to it. There's really not that much in it. I mean, it's just like you go inside and there's like one little hidden secret area, but there's really not a lot. He just talks for a second. I mean, it's not really that big. Maybe I'll go to it, maybe I won't. I don't know. It just depends on how I feel.
This Megan is out in the city, but I'll explain.
I need to know why Delilah can't be killed. Everything we've learned implies that something strange happened at Aramis Stilton's home 3 years ago, but then he disappeared.
Stilton lived in a bunker kept secure by a fancy lock made by Jindosh. Maybe inside you'll learn more about how to stop Delilah.
But I have to get there first, through a ruin created by the Duke, where I used to live.
Megan had an intriguing idea. Paolo is leader of the Howlers. He wants Vice Overseer Byrne killed, and of course, Byrne wants Paolo dead too. Both groups will attack you on sight, but walk in with the corpse of their chief enemy, and they'll treat you like family.
So that gives me at least one way into Aramis Stilton's house.
I'm pretty sure that will work.
Coming back here, seeing it changed, run into the ground. Some people have reached beyond others.
So there's actually multiple ways that you can do this mission. I mean, or multiple ways to get in. The way that I did before was actually just got to get like a certain code in order to be able to bypass it. But you can actually bypass the door the minute you start. You just have to be able to be sneaky and be able to read like certain things correctly, and then you can easily bypass it. So that's probably what we're going to do. We're going to see if we can do that, and that's definitely something different that you didn't see last time. I've tried to make it somewhat different, but some things obviously are going to be the same when you're doing stealth and you're not doing lethal. Some things, obviously can't change too much. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't ever remember having to do the leak or the wheel.
So the Royal Protector is headed into the Dust District. Corvo says he hasn't been back in a long time. I can't blame him for that. According to Sokolov, he'll be trying to get into Aramis Stilton's house. Not easy. I've tried. Stilton was a friend. Even as a mine owner, he was a good man who came up from working people and never forgot it. I went looking for him the night he disappeared, but the house was swarming with the Grand Guard. I showed them what I was worth, but it cost me. I'll live to see that score settled.
That's a little play into the fact that she's missing an arm and an eye, which we are going to fix. So, we didn't do that last time. Oh, I don't know why I never did this Assassin's Creed moment. Da 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 da. So is that? I think that is. That's the third level that we did, right? The Good Doctor. It's just right off the coast there. All of this stuff's pretty really actually close to each other. A little well there. I love the detail in some of these games, man. They put a lot of heart and soul into these stuff, and it just demands to be shown off, you know. But I did a lot of that showing off in the other walkthrough I did, so this one's gonna be pretty much straight to the point.
Ready now?
Let's go.
I'll get you as close as I can.
I didn't know Aramis Stilton. Who was he?
Loyal to the old Duke. Stilton helped build modern Karnaca with those silver mines. Worked his way up from nothing to a fortified mansion. But the new Duke spends money so fast, the mine crews work all day and all night. The district's in ruins. The dust drives out anyone except the most desperate.
The Duke of Serkonos has made a mess of things. His father was a good man.
True, but the new Duke's misery has only been possible with Dunwall's support. In any case, you'll have to pass through the Dust District. Maybe Stilton's still in there, or maybe he's dead.
As always, first thing we're going to do is actually save that way in case something happens along the way. We know exactly where we need to go.
Megan, once you reach the Dust District, she'll tell you more. I'll wait here with the skiff and take you back to the dreadful whale after you finish.
District anymore. Orders from the Duke. We're losing too many people. Good soldiers blinded by that hallucinogenic powder.
I actually really enjoyed this power. I never really used the power before.
One young lieutenant got hit by an overseer.
Dust storm coming.
But as you can see, it is kind of an easy way to get through.
Camp. Hello, Lord Protector. I've been doing reconnaissance, talking to people. The Overseers and the Howlers have divided up the district. Just ahead is neutral territory where no one will harass you. But further on, the Howlers and the Overseers both have boundaries set up. And beyond those points, they'll attack you on sight.
Aramis Stilton is the real goal. Sokolov said you'd worked out a plan.
Yes. I believe that if you take out Paolo or Vice Overseer Byrne, the other one will grant you safe passage and will help you get inside Stilton's home. Neutralize either one of them and bring him to the other.
Got anything else?
Byrne is protected by the Overseers. Paolo has the Howlers, but I think he's also got some kind of black magic charm. They say he's got to die twice before the sun sets, or he can't be killed. Good luck with that.
All right, so there's the house that we need to go into.
This is the Duke of Serkonos.
What we are going to do is we're going to set our sights for that. Because we always get the double rune.
Falling on the city. Yes, war is expensive. You may not be aware that our silver mines are operating past full capacity in order to fund our conflict against the Northern Isle. That's not us.
This place, Karnaca, I weep for it. What are you prepared to do to save it?
Of course, this is where Paolo is.
This must be Paolo's place. There.
In case you're wondering, Paolo's not one of those unhinged cultists who believe I will grant them favors if they leave a big enough offering or play just the right musical notes. He doesn't care a fig for me. But he put up this shrine because he found the hand of an old witch I knew once. And Paolo saw right away that it pays to have an edge. Sometimes pieces of us linger long after we're gone. The Duke of Serkonos inherited a vibrant city and wasted no time stripping it to the bone. What will he leave behind? And what about you? Who will you leave to pick up the pieces here in the Jewel of the South?
Alright, so as far as powers go, I don't really know what else. I guess we could go ahead and get that. Not that we've really needed it. Because we've been really smart when it comes to this stuff. I still refuse to use dark vision because I just think that's just too helpful. I've never used possession though. That could come in handy and it could be fun. So maybe I'll save up for that. Change it up a little bit, I guess. Alright, so we got out of there. I wanted to get out of there a little quicker than, say, the other way. And we're good to go. So, if you want to go to... Where is this,
One wrong word and I'm stuck over here on a racket.
Ah, there's a rune in there. Well, that rune will get us, I'm thinking it might be beneficial to get it. Only because it will get us the force so we can maybe try and possess. Or else normally I probably wouldn't get it. So why don't we try this possession? Could be fun. Remind me, obviously, to grab some... One of the reasons why I hate these guys. Remind me to grab... We need, Alright, that's not it. Gotta hear before I die.
Look sharp, she says. Stay awake, she says.
Looking for some tonic. I don't think there's any in here. Oh, there's this, but... It looks like it'd be a blueprint. Yeah, it is. Alright, so... What I wanted to explain, if you wanted to go to Corvo's house... You see that right there? That's the overseer's house. It's going to be directly to the left of it. It'll be the building that's like right over there.
Stilton made sure of it.
There's not, I mean, a real significance. Oh, you're killing me. Should I go? I mean, it's not really important that you go. But I'll do it just because I love you guys.
Everything worked as long as one side didn't win out over the other. And that's exactly...
Give me a handout. I'm not proud. Who keeps you safe? When the overseers come around with their questions about your suppliers, about the special trinkets you carry. Oh, you know how the Abbey feels about that. What?
Well, that's Josh Keaton. That's the voice of Ocelot in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Blasphemy. Who keeps them off your back?
Paolo. I know what he does for me. For all of us.
That's right. He sends us out to risk our lives for you. But somehow, you're not grateful.
I can't afford what you're asking.
Then why do you take our protection?
You don't give me a choice.
It's the overseers who don't give you a choice. Just think about what they'll do if they find out what you're up to. Then let me know when you can give us the money you owe. Paolo just wants what's fair.
There's no way out of this hole I'm in, is there?
I got news for them. It ain't never safe for the likes of me.
You wouldn't know anything about that shot that got hit, would you? Oh, but you have to be the person who helped out one of ours in the conservatory district. Special discount for you then.
I'll take it. So we got the money, we might as well go ahead and see. We are good on sleep darts.
This little war scares off buyers. Who's worse, overseer zealots or cutthroat howlers? Take that deal. We could do business. Come back soon. I mean, if I'm still here.
Alright. So we got pretty much what we need there.
If only I could sell dust, I'd be rich.
Yes! Now we're getting somewhere.
Find another way, brother. This path is barred to traffic.
I can't believe this. I've lived in this district for most of my life.
If you believe this to be an inconvenience...
He just can't jump as high as she can.
Weigh it against losing your life to one of the howlers. Now go.
That's the last time I give my coin to the Abbey.
All be not brothers. That is what I should have said. And how I feel remorse. It will bother me all the night.
Alright, here you go. This is Corvo's house.
Over 30 years. So much has happened since I left. We had a hiding place near here.
Wanted to wait till he said that, try to give you guys conversations.
The trophy I got for the blade verbena. I left it with my mother.
But that's all there is in there. As far as that's it. There's nothing else. Maybe there's something else you guys know about, but I don't. So.
I'll get the cigars tomorrow. Let's see what you've got.
Alright, so that's going to be it. And I just want to make sure that we're good. I always fear that we're not, but if you don't see any red, you know you should be always good. Alright, so let's work on this puzzle. Is there anything here? Nope. So I ended up showing you what I thought I wasn't going to. That's because I love you guys.
Jemmy's sister says you can beat any lock in the city.
Never mind. Maybe another time.
Or not. Let's go.
Are you coming tonight?
Wouldn't miss that. Oh, sure.
The Jindosh Riddle. Gotta make sure. There you go. Alright, so let's actually read this. This is very important that we read this. At the dinner party were Lady Winslow, Dr. Marcalla, Countess Conti, Madame Natsiu, and Baroness Finch. The woman sat in a row. They all wore different colors, and Madame Natsiu wore a jauntily blue hat. So you can see like there's different things here that you can maneuver, right? So you need to kind of continue to read, and then you'll eventually be able to. Dr. Makala was at the far left, next to the guest wearing a red jacket. The lady in green sat left as someone in purple. I remember that green outfit because the woman spilled her whiskey all over it. The traveler from Karnaca was dressed entirely in white. When one of the dinner guests bragged about her ring, so we already know that the ring is with a woman. The woman next to her said they were finer in Karnaca, where she lived. So Countess Canty showed off a prized snuff tin. So Countess Canty has a snuffed tin. Thing is, you just don't know which one's a tin. We're gonna assume that it's this one. Then the lady from Dabkova scoffed. Disconti and Baroness Finch. War medal. Someone else carried a valuable diamond, and when she saw it, the visitor from Freyport next to her almost spilled her neighbor's run. Lady Winslow raised her wine and toast. The lady from Dunwall, full of beer, jumped up onto the table, failing onto the guest in the center seat, spilling the poor woman's absinthe. Then Baroness Finch captivated them all with a story about her wild youth. In the morning, there were 4 heirlooms under the table: the ring, the bird, the pendant, the war medal, and the diamond. But who owned each? There you go.
Got it. Now to find Aramis Stilton.
So, okay, you're wondering how I did that. Well, all the clues are there, you just have to read them. So it's not that difficult to figure out. It's actually not a hard puzzle at all. You can actually get pretty lucky by doing random, as long as you know what one person has. And we knew that Conti had the snuffed tin. As long as you know that, right? And you make sure that everyone is separate on there. And you also make sure that the bottom ones, everyone has a different one. Now, if you look at the left, Conti had the stuffed tin, so we know that we don't need to mess with that one. But for the other 4, just know that each one needs to be on a separate one. And if you have it on a separate one, then eventually you only have... It'll only take you a few times that you can actually figure out. Even if you didn't read, even if you only could figure out one thing in the actual letter, you could still figure this out. It's not that difficult. So all you have to do is go through each and every single one, and then make sure when you get to the last one, to the one to the right, you switch that again, and then move on again those 4. And eventually you're going to be able to find the thing. But like I said, all the clues are in the actual letter, and you'll be able to find it out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and of course, I will see you on the next one. Peace out, bitches.